Om Shanti. This is the Sakar Murli of the 25th of January 2024. Essence. Sweet children, you should be amazed at how you have found such a sweet Father who has no desires, and how he is such a great bestower. He doesn't have the slightest desire to receive anything. Question. What wonderful part does the Father play? With which desire has the 100% altruistic Father come onto this world? Answer. Baba's wonderful part is to teach us. He comes here to do service. He sustains us. He gives us love and affection and says, "Sweet children, do this." He gives us knowledge but doesn't take anything. The 100% altruistic Father has the desire to go and show his children the path, give them the news of the beginning, the middle, and the end of the world. The Father's desire is for the children to become virtuous. Om Shanti. You sweetest spiritual children have found the spiritual Father who doesn't take anything. He doesn't eat or drink anything. So he has no hopes or desires. Human beings definitely have one desire or another. They want to become wealthy or become such and such. That one has no desire. He is a bhokta, beyond the effect of experience. You have heard that there was a sage who used to say that he didn't eat or drink anything. It was as though he was copying. In the whole world it is just the one Father who doesn't take anything or do anything. Therefore, you children should think about whose children you are. How does the Father enter this one? He himself doesn't have any desire. He is incognito. Only you children know his whole biography. Among you too, there are few who understand this fully. It should enter your hearts that you have found the Father who doesn't eat, drink, or take anything. He doesn't have any desires. There cannot be anyone like him. Only the one incorporeal, highest on high God has been remembered. Everyone remembers him. He, your Father, is a bhokta. The teacher is a bhokta, and the Sat Guru is a bhokta. He doesn't take anything. What would he do with it after taking it from you? That one is the wonderful Father. He doesn't have the slightest desire for himself. There is no human being like that. Human beings need everything, food and clothes, etc. I don't need anything. Human beings need everything, food and clothes, etc. I don't need anything. You call out to me to come and make the impure ones pure. I am incorporeal. I do not take anything. I do not even have my own form, body. I simply enter this one. It is the soul in this one that eats and drinks. My soul doesn't have any desires. I come here just to do service. You have to think about how wonderful this play is. The one Father is loved by everyone. He doesn't have any desires. He simply comes and teaches and sustains us. He gives us love and affection. Sweet children, do this. He gives you knowledge, but he doesn't take anything. Only the Father is Karan Karavanha. If you were to give something to Shiv Baba, what would he do with it? Would he take Toli and eat it? Shiv Baba doesn't even have a body, so how would he take anything? Look how much service he does. He gives you all very good directions and makes you beautiful. You children should be amazed about this. The Father is the bestower anyway. The bestower is so great. He doesn't have any desires. Although Brahma is concerned that he has to look after so many children and feed them with whatever money comes in, it is only for Shiv Baba. I sacrificed everything. I follow the Father's Srimat and use everything I have in a worthwhile way and make my future, whereas the Father is 100% altruistic. He simply has the concern to go and show the path to everyone. I should go and give the news of the beginning, middle and end of the world. No one else knows it. Only you children know it. The Father teaches you in the form of the teacher. He doesn't take any fees from you. Whatever you take that in Shiv Baba's name. The return is received there. Does Baba have a desire to become Narayan from an ordinary man? The Father teaches you according to the drama. It isn't that he has a desire to be seated on the highest throne, no. Everything depends on how you study and your divine virtues. You then also have to teach others. The Father sees that whatever act is enacted by this one according to the drama, it happened in the previous cycle. He sees that as the detached observer. He also tells you children, see everything as detached observers. Each of you should look at yourself and see whether you are studying or not. Am I following Srimat or not? Am I doing service to make others the same as myself or not? The Father speaks by taking this one's mouth on loan. A soul is living. A corpse cannot speak. He would definitely enter a living being. The Father is so altruistic. He doesn't have any desires. A physical father would understand that when his children grow up, they would look after him. That one doesn't have any desires. He knows what his part in the drama is like. I simply come to teach you. This too is fixed. People don't know the drama at all. You children have the faith that the Father is teaching you. This Brahma is also studying. He would definitely be studying the best of all. He is also a very good helper of Shiv Baba. I don't have any wealth. Only you children give wealth and also receive it. You give 2 handfuls and receive it in the future. Some don't have anything and so they don't give anything. Nevertheless, if someone studies well, he will receive a good status in the future. There are very few who remember that they are studying for the new world. If they remember this, that too is man above. However, there are many who waste their time in worldly matters. They forget everything. What Baba is teaching, how he is teaching, and how high the status is that they have to claim. They continue to fight and quarrel among themselves and waste their time. Those who are to pass a high examination would never waste their time. They would study well and follow Srimat. You have to follow Srimat. The Father says, "You are disobedient. I give you Srimat to remember the Father, and you forget." This would be called weakness. Maya catches hold of you by the nose, bites you, and sits on your head. This is a battlefield. Maya gains victory over very good children. So whose name is then defamed? Shiv Baba's. It is remembered that those who defame the name of the Sat Guru cannot claim a high status. How could those who are defeated by Maya claim a high status? You should use your intellect for your own benefit and see how you can make effort to receive your inheritance from Baba. Become very good like the Maharatis and show everyone the path. Baba shows you very easy ways to do service. The Father says, "You have been calling out to me, and I now tell you, remember me and you will become pure." There are the pictures of the pure world. This is the main thing. Here you have an aim and objective. It isn't that if you want to study to become a doctor, you would have to remember a doctor, or that if you want to become a barrister, you would have to remember a barrister. The Father says, "Simply remember me alone. I am the one who will fulfill all your desires. Simply remember me no matter how much Maya disturbs you. There is still a battle between you. It isn't that you will instantly gain victory over her. Up to now, not a single person has gained victory over Maya. By gaining victory, you will then become the masters of the world. People sing, 'I am a slave, I am your slave.' Here you have to make Maya your slave. There, Maya will never cause you sorrow. Nowadays the world is very dirty. People continue to cause sorrow for one another. Baba is so sweet, and he doesn't have any desires for himself. You don't remember such a father. Some even say, 'I believe in Shiv Baba, but not Brahma Baba.' However, both are together. You cannot make a bargain without the agent. This one is Baba's chariot, and his name is the lucky chariot, Bhagirath. You know that the number one, the highest of all, is this one. In a class, a monitor is given respect. He is given regard. This one is the number one beloved, long lost and now found child. There, all the kings have to have regard for this one, Sri Narayan. Only when you understand this would you have the sense to give him regard. Only when you learn to give him regard here will you be able to give him regard there. Otherwise, what will you receive? You can't even remember Shiv Baba. The Father says, your boat will go across by having remembrance. He gives you the unlimited kingdom. You should remember such a Father so much. You should have so much love for him inside you. Look how this one loves the Father so much. It is only when you have love that your vessels can become golden. Those whose vessels are golden will have first-class behavior. According to the drama, the kingdom has to be established. All types are needed for that. The Father explains, children, you should never become angry. You should understand that if you don't do service, it means that you are wasting your time. If someone doesn't do service for Shiv Baba's yagya, what would he receive? Only serviceable ones will be able to claim a high status. You should have an interest in benefiting yourselves. If you don't do this, you are destroying your status. When students are studying well, their teacher is pleased with them because he understands that they will glorify his name and that he will receive a prize because of them. The father and teacher, etc., would all be happy. Parents surrender themselves to good, worthy children who do very good service. So the Father too is pleased when he hears this. The names of those who serve many would definitely be glorified. They are the ones who would be able to claim a high status. Day and night their only concern is for service. They are not concerned about their food and drink. While explaining knowledge, their throats even dry up. It is only such serviceable, beloved, long-lost and now found children who will claim a high status. This is something for 21 births, and in that too it is for cycle after cycle. When the results are announced, it will be understood who did service and to how many they showed this path. It is also essential to reform one's character. There are the names Maharatis, Cavalry and Infantry. If you don't do service, you should understand that you are part of the infantry. None of you should think that you will receive a high status because you helped with your wealth. That is a complete mistake. Everything depends on the service you do and how you study. The Father continues to explain to you, children, that you should study and claim a high status and not incur a loss for yourselves for cycle after cycle. Baba sees when someone is incurring a loss for himself. This one doesn't know anything because he is just happy thinking that he will claim a number ahead in the rosary because he has given some money. Even if someone has given money, but he hasn't imbibed knowledge and doesn't stay in yoga, of what use is that? If you don't have mercy, how are you following the Father? The Father has come to make you children beautiful. The Father surrenders himself to those who make many others beautiful. There is also a lot of physical service to do. Baba praises the Bandari, one who looks after the kitchen, a great deal. She receives blessings from many. To the extent that they serve and give their bones in service, they are accordingly only benefiting themselves. They earn their own income. They serve with a lot of love from deep within their hearts. Those who cause conflict spoil their own fortune. Those who have greed will be harassed by it. All of you are in the stage of retirement. All of you have to go beyond sound. Each of you should ask yourself, how much service do I do throughout the whole day? Some children don't feel happiness unless they are doing service. Some have bad omens over their intellects and over the studying they do. Baba is teaching everyone to the same extent. Everyone's intellect is different. Nevertheless, you should still make effort. Otherwise your status will become like that for cycle after cycle. At the end, when the results are announced, you will all have visions of everything. You will have visions and then be transferred. It also says in the scriptures that they repented a great deal at the end for having wasted a lot of time and for having been deceived a great deal for cycle after cycle. The Father continues to caution you. Shiv Baba only has one desire, that you children study and claim a high status. He doesn't have any other desires. There is nothing that is useful for him. The Father explains, children become introverted. The whole world is extroverted. You must become introverted. You also have to check your stage and make effort to reform yourselves. Acha. To the sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the Mother, the Father, Bat Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence Vedana. 1. Become a detached observer and look at your own part. Am I studying well and also teaching others or not? Am I doing service to make others the same as I am? Do not waste your time in worldly matters. 2. Become introverted and reform yourself. Have an interest in benefiting yourself. Remain busy in doing service. Definitely become merciful like the Father. Blessing. May you be a true and firm server and serve with your drishti, attitude and actions at every moment. Servers are those who serve at every moment with their elevated drishti, attitude and actions. Whenever you look at anyone with elevated drishti, that drishti also does service. The atmosphere is created through your attitude. When you carry out any task while staying in remembrance, the atmosphere is purified. The breath of Brahmin life is in serving. Just as when you are unable to breathe, you become unconscious, in the same way, When a Brahmin soul is not busy in doing service, he becomes unconscious. Therefore, to the extent that you are loving, you should accordingly be cooperative and a server to the same extent. Slogan: consider service to be a game, and you won't get tired and will remain constantly light. Om Shanti. With avyakt silence, experience the double light angelic stage. Those whose intellects constantly stay in a double light stage have faith and they are carefree. They will be in the flying stage. The flying stage means the highest on high stage. The feet of their intellects will not be on the ground. To be above the ground means to be beyond any consciousness of their bodies. To be above the ground means to be beyond any consciousness of their bodies. Those who stay constantly above the ground of body consciousness are angels. All souls who come into contact with such souls, even for a short time, will experience coolness and peace.